it's Ellie and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about something that I have been very passionate about for the last couple of weeks, especially since it is a new year. We are going to be talking about habits. Not just your ordinary habits, but specifically habits that every nursing student should have. Before filming this video, I literally sat down and I thought about what my nursing student life was like. I thought about how was I when I was a nursing student? What did I do specifically? What worked for me? And what got me to where I am today? You know, graduated, a board exam passer on her way to getting her license, and I wrote down 8 habits that I think that every nursing student should have. These are very, very specific habits that I feel like not everyone talks about. And these are some habits that I practiced myself, especially during my 4th year and while I was preparing for the board exam. Okay, you guys, for the first habit, we are starting strong. If there is one thing I want you guys to take away from this video, it is this habit. Document your small wins. Now, when it comes to nursing school, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's no sugarcoating in this channel. It is going to be hard. It is going to be very challenging. There are gonna be a lot of times where you're going to be unmotivated and you'll feel like this just isn't for you. But there are going to be a lot of small wins. I should have been doing this when I was in 1st year. If only I knew how hard nursing school was going to be. I recently just started practicing this when I was studying for the board exam. If you guys did not see that video yet, I documented all of my feelings, all of my experiences while preparing for the board exam. And I realized I should have done that more. I should have done that throughout 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year. Now, what counts as a small win? Okay, being able to go to school early, being able to answer a question in class, getting a good score on a quiz or on a test, giving a good presentation, having one of the professors compliment your skills, whether in class or during clinical rotations, being able to perform a retem without looking at the steps, just everyday things that you will encounter in nursing school. They don't have to be super big, like becoming valedictorian, being top 1. Yes, those are very, very good goals. But you are going to need to learn how to appreciate those small wins throughout nursing school. Because once you hit that level of feeling overwhelmed and feeling like this isn't for you, you're gonna want to go back and see all of these small wins and actually be able to tell yourself, hey, I have gotten this far. I can still go on. I am strong. Nothing can stop me. Let's just push this a little bit more. And that is exactly how I feel when I look back at how I documented my experience while preparing for the board exam. Whenever I watch that video, I'm like, you did that. Girl, you did that. And so because of that, because I was able to show myself that, I documented it, and I can look back whenever I'm feeling down, I can see that I was able to persevere. I was able to push through even the hardest feelings and hardest situations. And I was able to build up this confidence of, yes, being able to accomplish these little things. But those little things add up. Okay, so you may not be the best in your class. You may not be number 1, top 1, valedictorian, but you still won, okay? You still won, and you can still win every single day. Now, when you win, when you have these little wins of being able to pass a quiz, of being able to perform a retem, perform a procedure, being complimented by a patient or your professor, I want you to be able to have this tangible copy, whether it's a video of yourself talking about it, a snapshot, a picture, a journal, it doesn't matter, but I want you to have this tangible object, this tangible evidence of your small wins. And so that you can hold this and really say to yourself, I did this. I'm sorry, I'm getting so worked up, it's only the first habit. But that alone will change your whole perspective when it comes to nursing school. And if you start doing that and you start practicing being able to appreciate those little wins, nothing can stop you. So that was number 1, document your small wins. Habit number 2 is to make a brain dump before studying. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am someone who just has such a loud mind. I have so many thoughts, so many ideas, so many things that I want to do, and it gets really messy, especially when you have to focus. So, before you study, and you know that you have to sit down and really focus on what's in front of you, grab a piece of paper, a pen, and write down every single thing that is on on your mind, whether it's, oh, I have to do the laundry, oh, I have to do the dishes, oh, I want to organize so-and-so, I want to clean my room after this. Write it all down on a piece of paper and then put it away, okay? This is kind of a physical representation of you clearing your mind. You're clearing the storage that is here. And so that you have this blank hard drive up here, ready to learn, ready to absorb information. I do this all the time. Even after graduating, after studying for the board exam, I still do this because my mind is just so loud. There's so many things going on, but at the same time, I need to be able to focus on my work. I need to be able to focus on the task that is in front of me. And so having a brain dump, having this piece of paper that has all of your thoughts in it and then putting it away really helps and kind of serves as a physical representation of clearing your mind. Number 3, okay, this is kind of funny, okay? Number 3 is to play a power song before studying. Now, it would be too embarrassing to show on the internet, but I actually have a recording of myself pumping myself up before studying. I'm not even joking you. Girl, I played Eye of the Tiger and I was standing up and I was like, you can do this. Come on. We gotta study. Just a few more days before the board exam. Let's go, let's go. I'm not even joking you. I was a Manny Pacquiao over here. And let me tell you, it is one of the best practices that I was doing while preparing for the board exam. Sorry. I know, it sounds crazy. And I don't know if anybody else does this, and I'm sharing it with you today. We are not gatekeeping any habits here, people. The only reason why I would start playing a power song is because I know I have so much to study. I have so many backlogs, so many reviewers, and I need to pump myself up. I need to get that adrenaline running. I need to get excited so I can be motivated to actually study. My sister knows this because she was doing it with me. Like, we were literally in the room and she'd be pumping me up. She'd be like, you got this, I think you got this, you can do this, like massaging my shoulders. And it was literally the funniest but one of the best habits that I could have possibly built while preparing for the board exam. And you guys, no one's gonna see, okay? When you're alone in your room studying, no one's gonna see you do this. You don't have to be embarrassed, okay? Turn on Eye of the Tiger or whatever hype music that you want and hype yourself up into studying. I'm not joking you. It works. I'm gonna give you a little POV though. This is what I looked like when I did that. Okay, can't believe I just showed that to you guys. Okay, habit number 4 is to use the Pomodoro Technique while studying. Now, in my previous video, How to Be a Better Nursing Student, I talked about listening to brown noise while studying because it really helped me focus. Like, I'm not even joking, I could be working and studying for hours without a break while listening to brown noise. It just got me so in the zone and so focused. And at the same time, I was using the Pomodoro Technique. So if you do not know what the Pomodoro Technique is, it's basically focusing for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute short break and then doing that for 4 cycles. So that would be 1 whole hour of pure focus. So I would use this technique every time that I study just so I can hold myself accountable, like having a timer right there at the side of my screen and knowing that, hey, you need to be like focused. There are also times where I would actually use my phone to be my timer so that I can't touch it. Like, I cannot touch my phone. I can't be tempted to scroll through TikTok or Instagram because the timer is running, so I can't close the app. And that was just another technique that really helped me to focus while studying. It kept me away from distractions, and so I think that is something that you guys should start practicing as well if you're not. Another option besides using a timer would be to play study with me videos on YouTube. I personally don't have one of those yet, but there are plenty of YouTubers out there who do live real-time study with me's with using the Pomodoro Technique. So it kind of feels like you're studying with someone else. It kind of feels like you have a study buddy, and so you're more motivated because there is someone actually studying right in front of you. Number 5 is a habit that I cannot stress any further. You guys, the boards are coming up. This is where I made the mistake, okay? I heard of this habit before. I heard this in first year and I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll wait till 4th year. This habit is the most important. Practice nursing questions. At least 20 questions a day. If you're in the 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, 4th year, you need to be doing this. Okay, that's where I made a mistake. I made the mistake of waiting till 4th year to prepare for the boards. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be pressuring yourself into deep studying as early as 1st year. What I'm saying is, if you have the time, especially if you are in your early nursing years, 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, you have free time, just go on any website or Facebook group that has and posts daily nursing practice questions and just answer them. Just answer them. Just get into that habit of knowing how to practice nursing questions. And I'm saying like answer at least maybe 10 or 20 if you're in first year, second year. But when you're in like third year, especially fourth year, I'm gonna need you to increase the number of questions that you practice, because you need to be getting the hang of answering nursing questions. Again, I mentioned this in my last video. Studying every single nursing topic is important when it comes to the board exam. Yes, it is important to know about every single topic because you just don't know what's going to show up. But what is more important is that you get the hang of answering nursing questions, because they can be very, very tricky. For example, if you're given a situational question, you need to be able to figure out what is relevant, what isn't, and what information given is going to help you answer that question. You guys need to start practicing this. You need to start exercising your critical thinking as early as first year. Again, no pressure. You don't need to be doing like 100 questions a day when you're in first or second year, but just start getting the hang of it. Start slowly building it into your study routine. And I promise you, you will be ready when it comes to the board exam. I'm not saying that there's gonna be less pressure. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna be easier for you. What I'm saying is you will have the confidence to be able to tell how to answer a specific nursing question when it comes to like priority, patient care, medications, nutrition, everything. So as early as first year, please start doing this. Habit number 6 is to write down any quotes or sayings that have changed your perspective. While I was preparing for the board exam, I had 2 sticky notes on my shelf right there where I could see it every single day. And it wasn't this like corny, long, elaborate quote. It was these 2 right here, okay? One was a manifestation that I passed the board exam. And the other one was 500 questions lang yan be. It's just a 500 question exam. And those, especially the 500 question one, really changed my perspective and really calmed my mind, put my mind at ease when it came to studying and preparing, because I was just putting so much pressure on myself and I was feeling so overwhelmed. So having that little saying really helped me, and like I would just glance at it whenever I had the chance, whenever I started feeling overwhelmed, whenever I started feeling kind of sad and down and unmotivated, I would look at those sayings, take a deep breath, and move on. Now, I don't know what quote will work for you specifically, but if you happen to come across any kind of quote or saying on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or Twitter, please write it down and stick it anywhere in your room where you can see it. Okay, so I have this whole back of my door dedicated to any kind of quotes that I feel like changed my perspective, and this was one of them. It's very simple. Don't dwell on problems, dwell on solutions. Now, I wrote this down because it just resonated with me so well. I am this kind of person. You will never catch me panicking. I'm never the kind of person wherein something doesn't go my way and I'm panicking and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't know anymore. Like, nothing's going my way. Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. You will never catch me being like that. We're all different. We all handle situations differently. It's just for me personally, I am quick to get back on my feet, and everyone who knows me knows that. To every problem, there is a solution. You just need to find it and act right away. And that is how I am. So when I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm not feeling ready, here's the best example. The board exams were near, my wall was still blank, and I could see on everybody's stories, everybody's TikTok, that they had a nursing wall. It was filled with notes, post-it notes, manila paper, and I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not ready. I must not be ready because I have nothing on my wall. I have nothing. I'm not prepared. I'm not ready. There's just no way that I'm going to pass this exam. Took a deep breath. Okay, so let's start on this wall. Let's go. Took out a piece of paper, took out a pen, started writing things down, started sticking things on my wall right away. And I just kept going. And so then grew my iconic nursing wall, which, by the way, if you guys have not seen my nursing wall tour, I showed you guys every single piece of paper that I had taped onto here in this video, thumbnail right here. I will link it down below, but please go ahead and check that out if you guys want to see my notes. But that is exactly how I am. I do not dwell on the problem too long. If I was worried about not being prepared because I don't have anything on my wall, the solution, put something on your wall. Start the wall now. It doesn't matter that the board exam is 3 weeks away. Do it. I mean, like, who's gonna do it for you? And so being able to have that reminder on my wall and seeing it every single day, I'm able to remind myself, hey, this is how I am, this is what works for me, and that's what I'm gonna do. So if any kind of saying, quote, resonates with you, motivates you, changes your perspective, please write it down, stick it wherever you can see it. I promise you, with this habit, you will not only turn into a better nursing student, but you will become a better person overall. I feel like my hair is progressively getting worse after each habit. Habit number 7 is to reset your room, your desk, or your workspace before you go to bed. A messy space is a messy mind, but a clean space is a clean mind. Always, always remember that. I used to have such a bad habit of just putting all of my things on the floor, on the side, or even sleeping on my bed with all of my things still on it. And it was such a bad habit because I would wake up to a completely messy room. I would be stressed because everything's so disorganized, so messy. And so I decided to change that habit and make sure that I reset my whole room before I go to bed. Okay, and this is not just because so you have a clean room before you sleep. This is so that you purposely set yourself up for a clean space and a fresh start for the next day. Wouldn't you much rather wake up to a nice, clean, fresh room rather than a room that has all of your things on the floor, all of your things scattered on your bed? It's just so stressful, it's too messy, and it will definitely affect your mind and how you work for the rest of the day. So I always make sure that my room is squeaky clean. I'm not saying deep clean like being all Cinderella mode in the middle of the night before you go to bed. I'm just saying put your things away, okay? If you have your makeup out, put it back. If you have some books out, close them and put them on your shelf, put them in your little cart if you have one of those. Just put everything away in their proper places, okay? Don't shove anything under your bed, don't put anything on the floor, and it's just a clean, fresh start to my day. And for number 8, the last but the most important habit of all is to pray. I cannot tell you guys enough how big of an effect prayer had when it came to preparing for the board exam. Not just that, but like also graduating, finishing my 4th year of nursing school. I mean, I'm not gonna go into details, but 3rd and 4th year was a rough time for me. It was a very, very rough time for me. I got to the point where I just wanted to lay in bed all day. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to wake up, stay in bed, and wait until the day is over. I mean, it was really bad. Like, I was so unmotivated. I was burnt out, and it just wasn't a happy feeling. And so whenever I have any kind of negative feeling when it comes to nursing school, if I'm unmotivated, if I'm lazy, if I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed, prayer is the answer. The biggest life hack, and I say this all the time, I talk about this all the time with my family, is to put our Heavenly Father first. You put him first above everything else, and everything will fall into the right place. You cannot go wrong. It is the biggest life hack for me. You cannot go wrong if you put him first. You know, when you are having a hard time, whether in nursing school or wherever else, if you put him first, if you pray, you lift up your troubles to him, and at the same time, you're doing whatever you can, nothing can go wrong. Nothing. It's faith. It's faith. I can't explain. There's no scientific reason behind that. It's simply faith. That's the most important habit that I could have, is to lift everything up to him, at the same time doing what I can. Because faith without action is dead. Again, let me repeat that. Faith without action is dead. You cannot just pray for it and then, okay, we'll see what happens. You're not gonna get anywhere. In order for you to have an answered prayer, in order for you to know that you're on the right track, you need to lift it all up to him, pray, talk about it, say what's going on, what is the problem, what do you need help with, what do you need guidance with, what is the kind of wisdom that you're looking for right now. And after that, do what you can. Do what you can control. Okay, you can only control so much. It's a give and take here, okay? You cannot leave all the work up to him. So many trials, so many challenges, I could not have overcome it without him. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. If you're not practicing prayer, I highly recommend that you start praying. Not only does it kind of relieve the weight off of your shoulders, but you're able to bring this new kind of peace within you, okay? Replacing all of those negative feelings with faith is just a different kind of peace that I cannot explain. This is a very, very good feeling that I wish every single one of you could feel, because one thing that we don't ask for enough is peace, especially in nursing school. You need peace. Nursing school is very challenging, again, very hard. You're gonna be going through a lot of things and feeling a lot of things. So you need to ask for that peace. You cannot conjure up that peace by yourself. You need help for that. So prayer is the biggest thing that you can do. As I said before and again, as long as you are doing your part and that you're lifting it up to Him, to our Almighty Father Yahweh, you're good to go. I cannot explain, again, no scientific explanation behind that. That's just how it is, and it's what works. It's what works. So those are the 8 habits that every single nursing student should have. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media right here. And don't forget to share this video with whoever might find this helpful. I'm Ellie, your nursing buddy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! If you guys like this video, then click on the playlist for more content and subscribe to this channel to be a part of the #family.